How's it going, everybody? The second half of the PlayStation Summer Sale is running from now until August 12th, and there's a ton of absolute bangers on sale for up to 90% off. Every day I put together lists of the top games you can get at a deep discount, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss tomorrow's video. If any physical editions exist, you can find them down in the description, but with that out of the way, that's enough yapping from me, so let's get straight into it. For $9, 70% off, Rune Factory 4 Special is a fantasy life sim RPG where you rule the town of Selphia after falling from the sky onto the native dragon Ventuswil and begin building a new life. Grow crops and raise monsters to strengthen your farm, explore trap-filled dungeons with customizable weapons and magic, and build relationships through seasonal festivals and marriage while unlocking Newlywed Mode and fully voiced bonus episodes. It's an 82 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 130 hours to platinum. For $10, 75% off, Atelier Rorona, the Alchemist of Arlen, DX, is a charming JRPG where young alchemist Rorona must save her atelier from being shut down by fulfilling the kingdom's quarterly requests over 3 years through synthesis, exploration, and battle. Manage your time carefully, earn recognition from both the kingdom and the townspeople, and meet specific conditions to unlock a variety of different endings. It's a 73 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 50 hours to platinum. For $7, 70% off, The Wild at Heart is a whimsical storybook adventure where two runaway kids command a swarm of magical spritelings to explore the mysterious deep woods, uncover secrets, and restore a forgotten world. You'll gather resources, craft upgrades, and rebuild broken paths, all while solving puzzles, nurturing your spritelings, and battling supernatural foes and mischievous forest creatures in a vibrant, enchanting environment. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $8, 80% off, the King of Fighters 14 Ultimate Edition bundles the base fighting game with all 8 DLC characters like Rock Howard, Ryuji Yamazaki, plus fan favorites Blue Mary and Hydern joining the already packed fighter roster. This edition also throws in all 10 DLC costumes from classic Kyo and Nightmare Geese to Coola's sundress and Sylvie's Little Red Riding Hood outfit, along with 10 different console themes to round out the package. It's a 79 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 50 hours to platinum. For $9, 65% off, La Mulana 2 is a challenging action platformer where archaeologist Lumisa Kosugi ventures into Eglana, a sprawling upside-down version of the legendary ruins of La Mulana, in search of her missing father and the truth behind the ancient civilization buried within. Think fast, act fast, and whip hard to overcome devious traps, elaborate puzzles, fearsome bosses, and unfathomable secrets lurking deep within the ruins. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 70 hours to platinum. For $8, 73% off, Need for Speed Rivals Complete Edition lets players experience high-octane, adrenaline-fueled, heart-pounding racing in Redview County, choosing to play as cops or racers while using unique cars, mods, and advanced technology. The Complete Edition includes the full game plus all 6 previously released DLC packs, offering extra cars, missions, and challenges across a gritty, open-road environment. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, and the Platinum is unfortunately unobtainable as the online servers have been permanently shut down. For $10, 80% off, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle R is an over-the-top anime fighting game that celebrates the entire JoJo saga with iconic characters, flashy stands, and the series' trademark style brought vividly to life. Featuring 50 playable fighters spanning every arc, from Jonathan Joestar and Dio Brando to Jolene Cujo and Giorno Giovanna, you'll experience dream matchups and brand new battles that could only happen in this crossover. It's a 72 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 25 hours to platinum. For $7, 50% off, Blood Omen 2 Legacy of Kain is a dark action adventure where the vampire lord Kain awakens centuries after being overthrown, seeking vengeance and power in a world that has nearly wiped out his kind. As Kain hunts those responsible, you'll unleash brutal melee attacks with heavy weapons, wield supernatural dark gifts like stealth and berserk powers, and drain enemies' blood while battling through grim cities and haunted lands. It's a 73 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $8, 60% off, A Ranger, a role-puzzling adventure, is a charming and inventive puzzle RPG following Gemma, a small-town misfit on a journey of self-discovery through a world ruled by fear and a strange static force. You'll navigate a unique grid where every move shifts the world around you, blending exploration, combat, and clever environmental puzzles into a playful yet thoughtful experience that constantly challenges your strategy and timing. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $10, 75% off, Atelier Meruru, The Apprentice of Arlen DX is the third release in the Arlen series, following Meruru, a princess of the small frontier country of Arles, as she uses alchemy to stimulate the growth of her kingdom. Players use synthesis, explore, and battle to increase the population within a time limit, accumulating development points by fulfilling requests to build new facilities and drive prosperity in a number of different ways. It's a 72 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 75 hours to platinum. For $10, 75% off, Atelier Totori, The Adventure of Arlen DX is the second release in the Arlen series, following Totori on a search for her missing mother as she tours the world of Arlen as an adventurer. Players use synthesis, explore, and battle to fulfill requests, raise Totori's rank as an adventurer, and venture into brand new lands, earning adventurer points through battle, exploration, and quests to unlock higher ranks and progress the story. It's a 77 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $7, 85% off, Mary's Skelter Finale closes out the dungeon crawling trilogy as Jack and the Blood Maidens, scattered after escaping the living prison jail only to find a sea of corpses and the smiling massacre pink awaiting them outside. Drawn back toward the devouring jail floating in the sky, each fairy tale reincarnation must reunite and fight through Martian monsters and madness-inducing nightmares to finally earn their happily ever after. It's a 78 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 60 hours to platinum. For $8, 70% off, the Nobody Saves the World in Frozen Hearth bundle is a shape-shifting action RPG where you transform into forms like horse, zombie, and robot to stop the vile calamity. Mix and match abilities across hundreds of quests, explore a vast overworld, and tackle dozens of challenging dungeons, while the Frozen Hearth expansion adds new forms, puzzles, and epic boss fights to test your creativity and skill. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 35 hours to platinum. For $5, 65% off, La Mulana is a challenging action-adventure game where you play archaeologist Lemeza Kasugi exploring ancient ruins filled with traps, puzzles, and deadly guardians. Solve intricate puzzles, avoid lethal traps, and battle formidable enemies while uncovering the mysteries behind the secret treasure of life, discovering hidden lore, collecting powerful artifacts, and testing your wits, reflexes, and courage at every turn. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 9 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $7, 60% off, We Were Here Forever is a cooperative puzzle adventure where you and a friend are trapped in the mysterious Castle Rock and must rely on communication and teamwork to escape. You'll explore dungeons, eerie graveyards, and dark waters while uncovering the history of Rockberry, the resistance against the king, and centuries-old secrets, all while solving intricate two-player puzzles via walkie-talkies that test trust, timing, and coordination. It's a 74 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $6, 80% off, Sniper Elite VR is a first-person tactical shooter set in southern Italy during 1943, where you take on the role of an elite sniper fighting alongside the Italian resistance against fascist forces. Use authentic World War II weapons, navigate enemy-filled levels with free movement, and witness visceral X-ray kill cam effects rebuilt for VR, all while completing an explosive 18-mission campaign that rewards skill and patience. It's a 74 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 8 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $9, 80% off, the Moving Out and Moving Out 2 bundle packs in both furniture-flinging games with dozens of levels spanning Packmore and beyond, taking Smooth Moves employees from humble beginnings to interdimensional stardom. Enjoy Moving Out 1's story solo or team up with Moving Out 2's online and crossplay support, playing as new recruits alongside returning favorites, all backed by assist mode and accessibility options. It's a 79 average on OpenCritic, average trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. For $10, 75% off, Story of Seasons, Friends of Mineral Town is a charming farming simulation where you return to Mineral Town to restore your grandfather's farm while caring for crops, livestock, and building your Story of Seasons. Plant and harvest crops, raise animals, befriend townsfolk, explore the village, fish, cook, enjoy festivals, and fall in love while getting married, starting a family, and experiencing the small joys of rural life. It's an 82 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 100 hours to platinum. For $8, 60% off, Kingdom 2 Crowns is a minimalist side-scrolling strategy game where you build a kingdom from the saddle, recruiting subjects, expanding settlements, and defending your crown from the relentless greed each night. Explore forests and ruins to discover artifacts, new mounts, and hidden secrets that enhance your monarch's abilities, while unlocking upgraded defenses, units, and technologies to push your campaign further. It's a 78 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $8, 80% off, Kingdom Come Deliverance Royal Edition delivers a historically grounded open-world RPG, where you play as Henry, a blacksmith's son caught in a brutal civil war and forced onto a path of vengeance and survival. With all major DLC included, you'll manage a settlement, pursue memorable side stories, and dive deeper into character-driven quests that expand the game's scale, variety, and emotional weight across dozens of hours of exploration. It's a 72 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 100 hours to platinum. For $10, 60% off, Freedom Planet 2 returns to the vibrant world of Avalise, where Lilac, Carol, and Milla have refined their signature abilities, and new heroine Nira joins the fray with powerful frost arts. Explore 24 expertly designed stages across Adventure, Classic, and the all-new Boss Rush mode, customizing difficulty with equipable items and parrying attacks with the new Guard button for a chance at tense last-second comebacks. It's an 83 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 35 hours to platinum. For $5, 80% off, the Escapists 2 Game of the Year Edition is an addictive prison simulation game bursting with humor and sandbox gameplay, including all 11 prisons from the base game and all DLC penitentiaries under one roof. Buy, barter, and beat your way to the items you need through crafting, combat, and criminal activity, conspire with up to 4 players in cooperative and versus multiplayer, and customize your convict as you plan your great escapes. It's a 75 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $7, 70% off, Inkulinati is a hilarious ink-based strategy game where medieval marginalia come alive and a rabbit's bum can be deadlier than a dog's sword. Take turns in tactical duels, summon bizarre beasts with living ink, and unlock units like trumpet-playing donkeys and man-eating snails, then build your ultimate army and take your tiny Inkulinati through a single-player campaign against legendary masters and historical figures. It's a 79 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $6, 70% off, The Making of Karateka is an interactive documentary uncovering how a college student created one of the biggest selling games of 1984 through design documents, playable prototypes, and all new video features. Explore interactive timelines at your own pace, then play pixel-perfect originals with Save Anywhere and Rewind support, plus 2 remastered games including a twin-stick shooter based on an unpublished prototype. It's an 84 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $10, 72% off, Harold Halibut is a handmade narrative game about friendship and life aboard a city-sized spaceship submerged in an alien ocean 250 years after fleeing a Cold War-torn Earth in search of a habitable new home. Play as Harold, a young lab assistant swept into a world no one could have imagined after a fateful encounter, exploring a vibrant retro-future setting brought to life with stop-motion aesthetics and full voice acting. It's a 71 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. Alright, that's it for today's list, everybody. If you've played any of these already, drop your thoughts in the comments. Your insights help others find great games too, it's not just mine. As always, I want to thank all my channel members for their generous support, but to all you out there who watch, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff as well, thank you. You're the reason I'm still having fun making all these videos every day, and I'm genuinely grateful for each and every one of you out there. If you can spare $1 a month, you get early access to all my videos, and it helps me out more than you know. But I know times are tough out there, so all I do ask is, if you enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with any new sale stuff that I put out, leave a like, and comment down below if you've got any of these platinums or plan on going for any of them.